Hi guys, he's back. Didn't take too long, did it? Yeah, this is the second part of my Dreamcast collection, focusing on my Japanese American imports and also some of the homebrew scene and a few reproductions. All the games in the previous video were all my PAL games, all originals. Here we include a few, like I said, homebrew productions and reproductions. Now with homebrew games, I actually paid extra for a company on Etsy who done them in decent cover sleeves and proper printed discs, and so you know it's the nearest I could get to official copies, and there's a lot of these games on the homebrew scene you can't get, and it's nice to have them as a, you know, in the physical format. But first of all, let's do an American game. So here I have an unusual game called Alien Front Online. It comes with a microphone. It's all in good condition. Like I said, we did not get this in PAL. Another game we did not get in PAL was D2. You can get this in Japan. Yeah, it's part of the D series of games, really. There's obviously the others on the Saturn, but yeah, D2. I'm really pleased to have that. It's supposed to be a really good game, actually. Prince of Persia, Arabian Nights, 3D version of Prince of Persia. Again, we did not get this in PAL for whatever reason. This game we did get in PAL, but I don't have a copy. This was a gift from Eddie Rollercall, actually. He gave us this for free as part of some games I purchased off him. So thanks again, Eddie. So this is Shadow Man. I think I've got this on the PS1 as well. Right, this game is sealed. It's the American copy of Typing of the Dead. I do have a Japanese copy, which I'll be showing you in a bit, and a playable homebrew copy, a repro copy, because I don't want to open this, and I don't want to, you know, I struggle playing the Japanese copy, so. Yeah, that's for the American copy of Typing of the Dead. Okay, Japanese games. We've got there's on the Dreamcast. There's two light gun games which are exclusive to Japan, horror based. They're not very good. We have Death Crimson OX and Death Crimson 2. Yeah, we have. Apparently they're pretty notorious for being bad. I don't know which is worse, the first one or the second. I think it's the first one. We got this unusual mech game, Frame Bride. Again, Japanese exclusive. And then we got I showed you the PAL Giga Wing. Then we got in Japan we got Giga Wing 2. Another light gun game, not light gun. Bullet hell shooting game, which I wanted to put on the system, Capcom. And then we've got the classic fighting game, Guilty Gear X or 10, Guilty Gear 10. Or is it Guilty Gear X? Oh, I think it's 10, isn't it? Don't know. Right, this game was called Cannon Spike in PAL. I think nowadays, I think I've got the Japanese version called Gunspike. I think I paid about 130 for this. When I bought this over 10 years ago, and at the time I could have got the PAL copy for about £200. Now I think it's cheapest is going for about £400 or £500. So yeah, I'm sticking to a Japanese copy. Quite a quirky Capcom game. Then we've got some Godzilla games. We have Godzilla Generations, a bit of a fighting game. And then Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact. I do love Godzilla, so that's why I got them. Okay, I do have a reproduction copy of this to play, but this is the original Japanese copy of Ikaruga. I also have this on the GameCube, and I think there's a PS4 re-release as well, isn't there? The classic Ikaruga shooter. And then we got Project Justice Rival Schools, Japanese fighting game. This one is sealed. This is Samba de Amigo. So I do have a reproduction copy with my actual maracas, which are all boxed. And there's a sequel game as well. Samba de Amigo version 2000, which is Japanese exclusive, I believe. Okay, then in Japan we've got Seaman, quite a quirky game. This did also come out on the PS2 in Japan, which I do own as well, and it came to America too, but we did not get this in PAL for whatever reason. I have a reproduction copy of this, the American copy, to play, and so I've got a boxed Japanese version because I think the American copy is really expensive these days. Okay, we've got a Japanese copy of Typing of the Dead. Then we've got this quirky sealed horror game, The Ring, based on the horror movie. I don't think it's very good apparently, but it's a cool one to own all the same. Another light gun game, Virtual Cop 2. I have to have that on this. I have all the light gun games on the Dreamcast. And then we got Vampire Chronicle for Matching Service, another Darkstalkers fighting game on the Japanese Dreamcast. Okay. As well as those, I've got a few oddities. I've got a Dreamcast Collection 2 Dream On sort of demo disc. Then I've got the Dream Key, which is what you'll need to go online, all sealed. And I've got this really good, useful boot CD in order for me to play my my import American games on my Dreamcast. And that's Utopia boot CD, so that's cool. I've got a lot, but to be honest, the majority of these homebrew games I've got, you don't need that boot disc for. It's just the Japanese and American games I need the boot disc for. So I've got also, just if I ever should need it, another version of the Game Shark. So I've got the Utopia, but also got this one. I've got all these games, homebrews, in nice matching blue spine DVD cases, all of them the same. So apart from one which is like a double, that's why it's in this case. So we've got Alien vs Predator, which is like one of the many Beats of Rage type mods, really. So it's Alien vs Predator layout, but it's basically Streets of Rage. They've got Beats of Rage, and of which we've got the classic Beats of Rage there. Another shooting game, Border Down. This is really expensive to get the original copy. The original copy does come out in the DVD case, I believe, but it's really expensive. Another Beats of Rage, based on Resident Evil characters, Crisis Evil. The Chaos Field. I do have this on the PS1 and PS2, but again, this is for Dreamcast, a reproduction, or homebrew, whatever you want to call it, that one. Because it's technically a homebrew port. I don't think you got Chaos Field on the Dreamcast in the official copy, I don't know. Okay, this is a reproduction because the original is stupid money. I think it's about £300 or £400 from Japan, and that's Rainbow Cotton. That'll do me. And then I had Gun Spike, the Japanese copy, but obviously I've got Cannon Spike as well here, which is a reproduction of the PAL version. Okay, we'll Doom, the MOD collection, lots of copies of original ports with different options. Another Doom collection there. This is a Thomas Rave game by Sammy. It's very similar art style to Metal Slug, and it's Dolphin Blue. It really does play quite well on the Dreamcast, so it's really cool to have that. Another classic by Tim Schafer, sort of LucasArts, point and click, Day of a Tentacle. And then we've got Fast Striker, another like bullet hell game, reproduction. I do have some Japanese copy, but this is one to play with, Gigawing 2. Right, a Neo Geo game, Ghost Pirates, playable on a Dreamcast. How cool is that? Look at that artwork, isn't that nice? Another shooting game, Geist Force. I think this might be a game that was supposed to come out on Dreamcast but didn't. Neo Geo's Last Resort. Look at that art, isn't that wonderful? Then we've got Mars Matrix, another good bullet hell. Then we've got Neo XYX, Project Justice Rival Schools. I said I have to have an original copy, Japanese copy of that. Right, I do have a reproduction of this on the Neo Geo CD. It's Neo Geo CD exclusive, but this is Brick Ninja. Quite a good shooting game actually, but there is a port that plays on the Dreamcast, so you can get it on Dreamcast. And just to show you, I have ideas, guys, what the disc looks like. I said these are quality copies. Look at it, a nice printed glossy disc. Not cheap and nasty, but a nice copy. Yeah, it's not a sticker or anything, it's all proper printed, so yeah. That'll do me for the Dreamcast. But I said there's no proper release of that on the Dreamcast. So I said all these games are like that. Another LucasArts point and click, Indiana Jones Fate of Atlantis, so classic to be able to play out on the Dreamcast. And obviously with the Dreamcast you do have a mouse, so yeah, mouse compatible. And then Ikaruga, I said I do have a proper Japanese copy of this, but it's nice to have one to mess around with. The first Quake, this enables you to play 32 levels of Quake on the Dreamcast. Western US version of Seaman featuring Leonard Nimoy, Spock. Yeah. And then we got Shikigami no Shiro 2, which I think is part of the Castle Shikigami series. Again, a reproduction. Another reproduction on Stonewind. I've got 2 official copies of that. Another Beats of Rage set, I think. Kind of. I think it's got about. It's called Splatterhouse Trilogy, so it's got about 3 games on it. I think one of them is definitely Beats of Rage, or I don't know, but it's pretty much like the Splatterhouse games. It often plays very similar to them anyway. Alright, another LucasArts, Sam & Max Hit the Road, point and click. Okay. Simon the Sorcerer, classic PC arcade PC game. You could be able to play out on the Dreamcast. and Simon the Sorcerer 2. It's supposed to be a really funny game. An English copy of the Type of the Dead. Like I said, I do have an American copy as well, which is sealed, which I do not want to touch, but I can use this one. I do have a Dreamcast keyboard, and then you got Beats of Rage again, sort of Simpsons version. So it's very similar to a Simpsons Konami arcade style artwork, but obviously Streets of Rage. And then we got Neo Geo's Twinkle Star Sprites. Okay. Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles the Cowabunga collection. This has got I think pretty much all the same games as on the new PS4 Switch versions, but you haven't got all the options. So you get the games, but yeah, you haven't got the options to mess around with them. But still, it's nice to have it on the Dreamcast. Okay, Tri-Zeal. A very good shooting game. Secret Monkey Island, another LucasArts. It's LucasArts, or is it? No, Scum 3M. I thought it was LucasArts, but it's another point and click. And Secret Monkey Island 2, point and click. This Under Defeat, I do have this on the Xbox 360 and PS3, but the Dreamcast version came out in a DVD case like this, so this is a reproduction. Again, to get a proper copy is really expensive. I said I do have a Blue Spine proper release of this, but this is Volgar the Viking, really good game. This is unusual. It's like a playable demo kind of thing that was released for to go out with Shenmue. So I think it's got the guy who worked. I think it's a former boss of Sega or somebody, and you can play as him around the Sega company and do silly things or whatever else. Yeah, so it's an actual proper playable game, which I think you can get as an expensive disc, standalone disc in Japan, but this is a good copy of it. And I think it might be in English, that copy, I don't know. And then we've got Zero Gunner 2, another shooting game. Yeah, Psycho 1. Okay guys, that's it. That's all my Dreamcast collection games. The Mighty Dreamcast. Yeah, I really love the system. I do have two Dreamcast consoles. I've got one which I modded myself, which has got the battery mod and light mod. It's still got the disc drive, the CD drive, because obviously I want to play these homebrews on it. I don't want to go and I still like to be able to play my original games on it. That's what I've got there. I do have a box Dreamcast which I'm keeping all, all as in condition. Whether or not I like to have a digital emulated version Dreamcast, I don't know. I haven't got space for one at the moment, and to be honest, I think I'm quite happy with this lot. But anyway, that's it guys. Hope you're all well. Take care. Until next time. Bye.